Hi, everyone. This is Melanie Smith again. I'm here with Clay Logan and Jackie Crawford. We're going to talk a little bit about pride and joy. Both of them have bred to kilo. Clay's got a kilo on the ground right now from his very first full crop. She bought a breeding to him this year. Hopefully we'll have one coming next year. So Clay, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about the kilo you have on the ground and what Mary's out of and why you're excited about it.
The one that we have on the ground is out of our good mare Hawks Cheetah. It was a mare that Judd Little raised. We showed for long time. She had a lot of quarter horse points and some earnings, but it was well before all the rope horse stuff.
She has a lot of points.
600 and some.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been a great mare, and I know that Judd's probably thrilled. So.
Yes.
Anyways, but make a long story short, our kilo's really gorgeous. I was just showing a real pretty red roan. We're thrilled with her, real pretty hip. We have her bred back also this year, 2 kilo again, and we're just excited to see these horses come up. Watching such a great stallion like he's been, and watching him is like, when he goes, everybody watches him. He's a really special horse. I mean, I think one of the nicest horses I've seen in some time.
Thank you.
And anyways, one of my favorites, absolutely.
So we were just talking about before all this started, we've got this incentive, and you've bought a breeding, which allowed you to get to enter here, and then in the future, you're going to get to ride your kilo here for even more money. Let's talk a little bit about where the industry is going and how it's evolving so quickly.
Yeah, for us, this is kind of all new to me. I haven't been on the AQHA side of things or anything, but I've just seen rodeo and jackpot stuff. And so for me, I chose to breed a kilo this year as well, because talking to Miles and Trevor and just talking about, I like a horse that I could possibly head on and rope calves on and be very versatile in everything. And so with the opportunities coming up in the futurities now to do all those things, that's just the horse that I thought was going to be the best. And I crossed him on horses that, not necessarily in the AQHA pen, but horses that have been rodeo winners and jackpot winners. And so, there's a long lineage of, Trevor showed in the AQHA a horse called Zan's Diamond Shine. I have a descendant of his that I rodeo on, and she's been great. And there's been a lot of several winners that have come from that line. And so crossing that to a horse that's so versatile, I'm just super excited to get that. And then I also put him on the mare that I'm futurity and heading on, and she's come from the line of the Starlights Gypsies, and she's by Cat Itchy. And so those horses, to me, they've been a lot of proven winners in the heading and the calf roping as well. And so just trying to get that, and then this new age of him, and I love watching him. I love his athletic ability, and so I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is really, I know for sure that you have always sought out some of those Starlights Gypsies. That's always kind of been what you've won on it, or a lot of times what you've won on. And so as we see more and more people getting more and more into the genetics of this, it's really changing the industry. But what I want to talk to you about tonight too is how you guys, and especially you, are training these horses and being able to win money on them at a judged event, and why it's so important for those horses to be judged as 4-year-olds. And that way, in my opinion, it makes them where they have time to mature and get trained and be solid horses for you guys down the road, instead of just being fast as 4-year-olds.
Yeah, I do not like the just being fast. I love the judged aspect. I love being able to show out the minds of those horses. The minds in the box, and the different things that, and not only that, but what the trainers can do as well. And then, like you said, keeping those horses together for future use and seeing them be able to be successful further on than just their 4-year-old year, because you're trying to win, just off of time. I really love the judged aspect.
Yeah, and I think, I hear some people that are like, well, it's a timed event, it's not a judged event. Well, what we're doing is, instead of you guys just going to jackpots and essentially donating for the next 2 years, y'all are coming to a place where you can win and get rewarded for a horse that is getting trained correctly.
Yep.
That then, when it's 6, you guys can go rodeo on, and then you can mash the ass, and they're prepared for it. Mentally and physically, we're creating horses that I think are going to last a lot longer than if we were just hammering on them from their very first futurity as a 4-year-old.
Totally agree. And the thing is that no one's saying you can't go fast.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You can absolutely be fast. And sometimes it looks cool when you can be fast on these 4-year-olds, but it's the right time in the right place and the right setup and the right calf and the right steer. And so to me, you're not taking a bad situation and making it worse for these colts. You're teaching them to be correct first. And
yeah, like last year, there was a couple horses at the NFR that had been through all the futurity stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and them horses did really
and
good.
They were
young horses. They were 6 years old. One 6, maybe one was 5, but they did really good up there. They won almost 100,000 on that one horse. And I mean, that's Cody's that Shane had. I mean, that's quite a feat to go from this to the Thomas Mack and be able to win on him. That's to me, they did all the steps. Billy Jack did a great job training him. Cody went on and did a good job to finish what he needed to do, but the process was great. and they ended up with a great product.
Well, and you've been in the AQHA side, so tell me this. I see, for me, looking on the outside in, not as much in depth, but I see a change in what you're looking for in these things. You know, as far as like the control, you know, the correctness of the corner, things like that, the face. I feel like I have seen an evolution of what you're looking for and what you're judging for. You're looking, to me, it looks like more horses are being trained for winning in the rodeo arena.
The last 5 years
arena
has changed
Absolutely.
a lot. Like it's totally. I mean, if you looked at this 5 years ago and you look at it now, the horses are just the trainers and the horses are just getting better and better and better.
Yeah, and I love seeing that.
I mean, more numbers. There was always good horses, but I think now their numbers are getting better with the quality of horses and trainers too.
I know coming in, you know, 5 years ago, I would hear people say, "Well, this is a show horse. Oh, this isn't a show horse. This is a rodeo horse," and that wasn't an interchangeable thing. You know, you didn't see those horses that could win at a show level be competitive enough to go rodeo, or ones that you could clean up enough that rodeo to go back and still be able to get the points judging. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I see. And I feel like now, like you said, the judging is changing, the style of horses are changing, where everybody's understanding what it takes to continue to win. And so we're actually creating horses that have a real future, not just judged horses. And so I think that's a whole new narrative that you know, is new in the last 5 years, that these horses can and will go and win after this, instead of just being judged horses the rest of their life and showing at AQHA shows.
Yeah, it's definitely interchangeable now.
Yeah, the horse world's going in a very good direction right now, especially the roping world.
I think the roping world, like, I'm so excited to see how these guys are judging and what they're letting win, and hopefully you guys knowing both in the team roping, the calf roping, the breakaway, that we're really creating horses that can be NFR horses one day and not just show horses.
It's kind of like you would have thought some years back. People say you're breeding for a rope horse.
Oh, can you believe how
we
many
are
people...
breeding for a rope horse now? I mean, that's
changed.
You know, it's totally changed. So I mean, I think it's such a great direction, and you guys have a lot to do with it. You've done a great job. I mean, look at all the money you guys got added. You've done something that no one else has done. You took it out of your own pocket. All your stallion owners, give them all a big hand, because if it wasn't for people like that to be able to have an event like this and add this much money, I mean, these guys are trained for a living, and to be able to come for rope for this kind of money, with this kind of added money, is really unbelievable. And you guys need to pat on the back for it.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the barn, for sure.
I agree. These stallion owners have, you know, most of these stallions that are on these banners here breed plenty of mares without this incentive, and that's not to sound, you know, like we have a big head. And I own some, I don't own some, but they breed plenty of mares. These stallion owners did this because they want to continue to push this industry forward. And
they gave back for sure.
They have. And so I'm really proud of them for doing that and agreeing to be in this and pushing it as much as they have. I think there's a huge future in this industry, and we're excited to be a part of it. So thank you guys for getting on tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.